Hello everyone, MMC Fan here, and if you are a fan of the Marvel Legends line, specifically the Spider-Man movies, then there is absolutely no way that you've missed the news that we're finally getting a full follow-up wave based on No Way Home from Hasbro this Christmas, and it looks awesome. But what you may not know, especially if this is your first time seeing my content, is I had a really fun time last year predicting what a follow-up wave could actually look like. This was before any lists or any leaks. I had nothing to go on, and it was intended as just a bit of fun, but turned out to be quite accurate. So I thought it would be fun to compare my wave, which is shown here, with this wave, the upcoming one from Hasbro. So kicking off with the figure that I am most proud of is the Green Goblin as a deluxe. Now they could have done him as a regular figure but without the glider, and had the glider as a builder figure. There was lots of options they could do here. They could have had him from the beginning of the film, but in the end the one that I predicted, the final version, is the one they went for as a deluxe with the glider included. And yeah, I'm just so blown away by how similar these actually are. If you look at the details on the outfit, the purple cloth, the purple hood, the bag on the side, the added gold bits, the added purple bits, the knives on his forearms, it's all identical. Now I appreciate that is what the suit design was in the film, so you know they're not going to get it wrong, but to have this many similarities, I'm just really excited. I also put him with the original helmet, which Hasbro did as well. I included pumpkin bombs, they included one. I had a hand holding one, they didn't, but they did make it so his hand could hold it, so that's fair enough. And then I had an extra head without the goggles, and they just did the goggles as detachable, and that's absolutely fine. It also comes with a stand for the glider as well. So actually, all that's missing from my prediction from a whole year ago is a broken mask, which fair enough, that was probably wishful thinking, an extra hand or two, and an extra couple of pumpkin bombs. Otherwise, this is absolutely the figure I wanted, and they absolutely nailed that likeness to Willem Dafoe. And looking at the main wave, we have Tom Holland's Spidey in the final swing suit from the end of the film, which I also predicted that Hasbro probably wouldn't do the integrated suit yet again, so that we would get this one. That's really good. And again, so similar. The only changes here really is that they made the emblem a little bit smaller. That's probably more accurate, that's fine. And they included an extra pair of hands. That's literally it. I mean, obviously this one that I did has the Lizard Build-A-Figure leg. I did Lizard as a Build-A-Figure because I thought that was the best way to include him. Hasbro decided to be a little bit stingy and not include a Build-A-Figure at all. So all of these are going to have Lizard parts. They aren't going to be here, fair enough. But otherwise, it's the same figure. Obviously theirs is real and mine is an edit, but otherwise it's the same. Really pleased with that. And the similarities continue with Matt Murdoch. Now, there was no guarantee they would even do Matt Murdoch. He only has a few minutes of screen time, but I thought it would be fun to include him, and they did. And you know what? It's pretty much exactly the same. It's a Matt Murdoch likeness on the grey suited body with a black tie. I included a detachable hand that has the brick in it. They included the brick separately and made it so his hand can hold it. Otherwise, it is the same figure. He's got his stick. It's, identical. Obviously mine had Lizard's tail and theirs does not, but otherwise I'm really glad that we're getting Matt, and I'm really excited that I managed to predict something that I thought was really out there. Like, I did not think they would do this at all. Sandman, again very similar. Now this was definitely my worst edit. There really wasn't much material to go on. It was essentially just a naked dude made of sand, and weirdly that's not something you can find very easily from Hasbro already. So I appreciate the edit is a little bit shoddy, but again it's very similar. It's the figure as a man. The feet are slightly bigger so that he can stand up. Obviously mine were a bit more extreme, but yeah, Hasbro have done that. And then the accessories I went for these attachments for the forearm, and then kind of one fist and one kind of wrecking ball club, which they've used for Sandman in the comics. And for No Way Home, they went for the same forearm pieces, but with two large hands instead, and then two smaller fisted hands. Otherwise, again, it is the same, minus Lizard's head. So yeah, really pleased with that one too. MJ is a little different, and honestly I'm really pleased that Hasbro have done what they've done here. I thought that they would keep the existing MJ mould and just update the paintwork so that she looks like her appearance in the beginning of the film, which is what I've done here, and it absolutely works. But they did actually give us a new MJ figure with the new jumper and everything so that she matches the scene that the other figures are from, which is really cool. And she comes with the exact same magic box. I'm afraid I don't know the name of it, but exactly the same box that I predicted she'd come with, and the exact same sets of hands I predicted as well. So aside from missing the Build-A-Figure parts, MJ, an outfit change, but otherwise very similar. I can't do this video without talking about Toby and Andrew. This one's a bit of a minefield because obviously Hasbro did them without the faces in a 3-pack, and now they're doing them with the faces, and my prediction was essentially the 3-pack but with faces included, so there's not really much to compare here. Just thought I'd include it just for completeness. But yeah, 2 great figures with the heads this time round, and I predicted that the 3-pack should have originally had the heads and a portal as well, which we obviously didn't get, so there wouldn't be a need to do them again if they did my version. But yeah, it's to get money, it was due to licensing, whatever the reason, these 2 are coming, and they do look really, really cool, and of course I predicted them, but there really wasn't much here to predict. And lastly, we have Doc Ock. Now this one is quite different in terms of the presentation, but in terms of what comes inside, it is pretty much the same. So I had him as part of the main wave, as the figure that comes without a Build-A-Figure piece, because obviously the tentacles would take up most of the box, and Hasbro went for a deluxe, a cheaper deluxe than Goblin, to be fair, but they went for a deluxe version, which is fine. Essentially it is the same. Mine is No Way Home, theirs is Spider-Man 2. I imagine that was for licensing reasons, but they have included the same outfit with the turtleneck, and also the tentacles obviously as well. I went for the red integrated tentacles, and they went for the classic Spider-Man 2 ones, which is fair enough, and I also included the blade attachment that stabs Peter, and they didn't. But then they also included a couple of extra heads to the tentacles so that he can be raised off the ground, which is pretty cool. So it's very, very similar. It's Doc Ock, theirs is from a different film, but yeah, I'm really, really glad we're getting this figure. It's probably, after Goblin, my most hyped release of the entire year. That just leaves 3 characters unaccounted for from my custom wave: Electro, Lizard and Aunt May. Electro and Lizard appear to be confirmed to be coming in the future. I'm not sure if it was mentioned in the stream or on social media, but the internet seems to have accepted that they're happening later, so I guess that's exciting. Aunt May probably won't happen, sadly. I imagine Marissa Tomei is too expensive to get for a figure that probably wouldn't sell all that well, which is a real shame, especially as she has 10 times the screen time that Matt Murdoch did, but ah well. And what do you think of the upcoming wave? Are you as excited as I am? Do you prefer any of my ideas, or are you happy with exactly what we got? Sound off in the comments below. I'll be back with more custom Legends designs very soon, because I know you guys really, really enjoy them. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram at MMCFan, Facebook at Marvel Movie Collection Fans, and of course subscribe right here on YouTube for all the latest news and videos. Keep on collecting!